Hey, what up, guys? Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Funke Oshin. You're welcome. I'm so happy right now because it is long overdue for me to talk about this particular topic. It's like, the most trending or the most popular topic in the whole wide world right now, and that is talking about Kanye West album Jesus is King. Yes, it's about a week already, but I took my time to listen to the song, to listen to all the tracks, 11 tracks of the album Jesus is King. And right now, I think I now know what to say, and I have a whole lot to say about the album Jesus is King. So I'm going to be breaking down each track, to be talking about them and to be explaining what they mean, because as a matter of fact, not everyone who listen to the song, to the tracks, to all the songs of the album know what they actually mean. I'm not saying this is the 100% meaning. I didn't have a conversation with Kanye West, no, but it is my own perception of the tracks, the meaning I got from the tracks. So I'm going to be sharing with you right now. But then before we go ahead, please, if it is your first time, please kindly subscribe to my YouTube channel. Click on subscribe. You're going to see where subscribe is written down there. Please click on it, and of course there's a bell beside it. Also click on the bell and click all. You're going to see personalized all. Click on all so I can get all notifications of my channel. Anytime I post any video, you're going to be notified, and then you get to watch. You'll be the first to watch. Thank you so very much. And if you are already a subscriber, thank you so much for your support so far. Thank you for finding a reason to always come back to my channel. I appreciate you so much. So without further ado, let's go to the discussion for the day. So the first track on the album, Jesus is King by Kanye West, is Every Hour. What this track is talking about, in my own perception, is that God's power is not really present until you sing. That's what Kanye West talked about. God's power doesn't really manifest until you sing every hour, every minute, every second. The title is Every Hour. A Selah is something, it's like a Greek word or a Hebrew word which means reflect or peace. So now it's time for Kanye West to reflect on a whole lot of things, most importantly on the world generally and on himself. So he's talking about a Christian but who is still aggressive. So he's reflecting on his life, on the world generally, and his place in it. So he finally ended the reflection on the fact that he is an army of God. So he's a soldier, and he's intended. Is one of his intentions and one of his missions as a soldier is to change the perception of the world and to defend the cause of the world, and of course to be upset about people in power who are doing things wrongly. On this track, Kanye West is stretching his hands to God, but then he lacks peace. He's screaming at everyone, screaming at his father, screaming in the previous track, Selah. He told us that he was screaming at his chauffeur, his driver, but now he's screaming at everyone, screaming at his father, and he admits that he is wrestling with God. So he's an army of God now, he's wrestling with God. I like the fact that he's being honest with himself in this album, and the album is like a chronological order. Everything is like him telling the story of his life. One track leads to the other. The track one talks about every hour, what you have to do every hour, every minute for the power of God to reside in you. And then the second track talks about Selah, him reflected on his life and on his place in the world, on how the world is, people in power, and his place in changing that. And now the third track is Follow God. It's talking about he has taken the decision to follow God, but then he still has things, there are still things missing. He still has issues with how his relationship with God. Yes, he's following God, but he still lacks peace, which a Christian is supposed to not, as a Christian you're supposed to be peaceful because Jesus preaches peace. And then he's screaming at everyone. He has some kind of anger issues. He admits he's wrestling with God, so he has anger issues with God. He admits all this. He's talking about this, but despite everything, he has taken a decision to follow God. That's what the track talks about. This is a particular track that critics came used as a weapon against Kanye West. That okay, so if you are saying this, then you're probably not a Christian like you say you are. This track talks about the fact that he's not fully practicing Christianity like everyone expects him to practice Christianity. He's talking about his fears about how social media could drag his kids from Christ and drag them towards the devil. This is being sincere, I must say. He's concerned about his family and temptation of the society. Like as a Christian, you can't say you just want to take yourself away from the world, from society. So he's scared about how the temptations from society and from social media is going to affect his family. He describes his faith as a weapon, and he threatened people to dare him. His goes on Sunday is not the practical, he's not fully practicing Christian you will ever expect him to practice. Again, these are my perceptions of how I interpreted the songs, the tracks of Jesus is King album. I love on God so much. I love on God. It is daring. It is more like Kanye that we used to know. Like he's just saying his own mind and he doesn't care. So this one is talking about taxes. It's talking about his riches and greatness. People say he's proud on this one. That how would a Christian still be particular about his riches, about his about material things? But truth be told, he's got all these things, and he's a businessman. You expect him to let go of that part of his life because he's not a Christian. No, he complains about taxes, and he defends he defends the high price of these issues. And he also stated that he can't let his family suffer. Yes, so he still has to be conversant and careful about his material things because he doesn't want his family to suffer, all because it is on God. No. Kanye will always be Kanye. Anyone will always be anyone. You always be who you are, whether you're a Christian or not. There's still a trait of your personality of you that will still be in there, even as much as you want. You're bringing in a new personality, something that is you will still be in there. So this is pure Kanye on God, dishing out and letting out his own mind, yes, and he's doing it on God. Remember that I said that everything is like chronological order. Everything is like a storytelling, like act one, scene one, like you're reading a novel or a drama, stuff like that, and then the stories are sequential, they're following each other. Now, after saying that, after letting us know that his riches, he can't let his family suffer, it can't let his family suffer, complaining about taxes and all that, and defending and explaining these issues about the high prices and all that, and letting us know that and letting us know things about his riches and glory. Now in this one, in everything we need is kind of surrendering that even despite all this, we have everything we need, and that is in Christ. Now he's giving God the sovereignty, he's giving God the power that God will provide. Whether my family cannot suffer, he said he was scared of his family suffering, he doesn't want his family to suffer. Now he's acknowledging that his family cannot suffer, something like that, because he's got everything he needs on God still, that the Lord will provide. That's my perception of the 6th track on Jesus is King. Water symbolizes cleansing, when you say you want a bath, that means you want to get cleaned, and we know this is a significant part of Christianity, and that is talking about baptism. Baptism is you being rebirthed, changing your identity. You are being immersed into the water, and you are being raised as a new being. So that's talking about being cleansed and being changed totally. We all know the past life that he lived. Now he's trying to tell us that he's purifying himself from the negative past, from the negative energies that has complicated his Christianity, all this negativity. Now he's cleansing himself from it and purifying himself. He's praying now. He said a particular prayer on this track, and I'm going to be reading it out now. He's praying to Jesus, and he said, "Heal the bruises, help, heal, forgive, reveal, give us strength, make us well, help us live, give us wealth." And he ended this prayer with, "Jesus is our save, our rock." Now it is awesome that he's acknowledging everything here, and is praying to Christ to cleanse him with water. Water cleanses, so cleanse me, Jesus. He sees Jesus as the water, and then Jesus is praying to Jesus to cleanse him, to heal him, to give him life, to give him wealth, to give him everything, to give him strength, to give him everything he could ever need. Now it's talking about God being the providence of everything, being the one that can give you everything you need. And he ended with, Jesus is our save, our rock. Okay, now you'd say that he's been showing us his arrogance, he's been showing us his attitude, his usual Kanye in the previous tracks, showing his aggressiveness, showing his wealth, showing his pride, showing the fact that yes, there's still Kanye in there and I am still who I am. But in this particular track, God is giving God the power, and he finally acknowledges that God has won. Now he's surrendering to God totally. Now he's bringing down his pride, his aggressiveness, his wealth, his accomplishments, and saying God is the only one who deserves it all. That's my perception of this track. Now that you've criticized him for the past tracks, for the fact that he's still trying to gamble Christianity, he's not really surrendering and all that, if that is the perception of the tracks. Now this one is saying hands-on. Now he's pleading that yes, he knew the kind of life he has lived, in the past, and now he is asking that Christians should pray for him and to lay their hands on him. Hands-on. Now let me read this particular line that I wrote down. It said, "Somebody pray for me, don't throw me off. Lay your hands on me. People pray for me." Now he's acknowledging his flaws and he's asking Christians to stop judging him, but to pray for him. A lot of people have been backlashing him. I posted a video, I'm going to put the link right here, talking about is Kanye West and the Antichrist. I'm surprised at the comments that video got, saying he's the Antichrist, he's got the Antichrist spirit, he's just fooling himself and all these things. Fine, he accepts everything that he's saying. He's not surprised because yes, he has lived his life in a way that people think is not possible for him to change. But now he's acknowledging that he's a changed man, and he's asking that we all pray for him to be the best, to be a better man, to be a better Christian, and we should stop judging him. And I think that is what Christians should do. God's greatest commandment for us is that we should love ourselves and then to love our neighbors as ourselves. Extend your love to Kanye West and pray for him. That's the least you could do, instead of antagonizing him, instead of castigating him, instead of judging him, and instead of being a police in his life to see, looking for that time that I would fail and looking for that time that I would backslide. Just pray for him. Like he said, lay your hands on him and pray for him. He's using this gospel very well, I must say. At this point, a lot of people are getting to hear more about God because this is Kanye that's talking about it. But then on this track, he featured two artists who have not, who have been in a kind of rift for years. Since 2010, they've not done anything together, and this particular album, Jesus is King, is bringing them together because Kanye decided to bring them on. And that's talking about Pusha T and No Malice. The name is No Malice, but then he kept Malice for like 9 years with Pusha T. Anyway, this track is using this gospel to reunite with them, and they finally worked together since 2010. So in my perception, I'm just saying he's probably using this, he's trying to tell us that he's using this gospel to right things that have been wrong, and that is taking a cue from him reuniting Pusha T and No Malice. And on this track, Kenny G came on with his saxophone and serenade the track. It was so beautiful. You should get yourself to listen to it. Use this gospel, and of course get yourself to listen to every other tracks of the album Jesus is King. Now finally on the album, guys, Kanye has this one, Jesus is Lord. So despite all his ranting, despite all his arrogance, despite all his aggressiveness, despite all his ego that you may say is pride, finally he's surrendering that Jesus is Lord. Yeah. There's something Kanye did while preparing this album. According to reports, he said he asked everyone who is going to be working on the album to abstain from sex, even those who are married, just to make themselves fully prepared for this. And this album is really a great one. To know that he didn't swear at all, he didn't promote he didn't promote immorality, he didn't promote sexuality in the sense sexuality. It is pure gospel, and it just let us in on his life as a new being, as a Christian. Well done, Kanye. Like he said, I should pray for you. I pray that the life is going to be a transformation to be what it is already is. It already is anyway. I pray that this path that you've walked through, you keep walking in it, and nothing shall make you turn your back. Keep looking to Jesus, the author and finisher of your faith. Keep acknowledging that Jesus is King in your life. Keep acknowledging that Jesus is Lord. Keep living. Keep living in love. Keep living in God. God is not done with you yet. Keep using this gospel. Keep using it. Thank you so much, guys, for watching today. Get yourself to listen to the album if you haven't done that. And of course, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please try. Please click on the subscribe button, and of course click on the bell button. Please share the comment down below. Let me know what you think about Jesus King album and about Kanye West transformation. Thank you so much, guys. Please give me a thumbs up if you love this video. Give me a thumbs up. I love you, and I see you next time.